Welcome back to Serena's Playbook, the place for you to level up your strategic thinking as a creator, entrepreneur, someone who's building a brand in public, or perhaps you're in brand communications, digital communications. So let's go to this first story. It's from Forbes, just published January the 13th, why the creator economy is now Wall Street ready. So now let's look at some of these stories. I've got three for us to look at today in today's episode. And these episodes are in addition to, so they're bonus, they're in addition to my weekly tutorials, which are published usually on Mondays. I also have plenty of short form videos for you and bonus content such as series. There's a 21-day brand communication series that starts on the 1st of Feb. So check that out. Everything is playlisted, including my 7 strategic zones. Let's get to this. So why the creator economy is now Wall Street ready. This is Forbes by Ian Shepherd. At $235 billion and growing at 22.5% CAGR, the creator economy has long since graduated from its side hustle roots. In 2025, it entered a new phase, one defined not just by explosive growth, but by investor conviction. It's so interesting for us to see it from this side of things. I mean, I've been in communications and the media for more than 20 years. As you know, I'm a chartered public relations practitioner and I have a systems thinking background. And being in the content creator space, it's so unique, especially if you are a creator who is essentially sharing your expertise. So most of your time is actually spent doing the day-to-day work. And then what happens that you come to record, publish, share that widely, and you straddle these two or many spaces. And I just I'm thinking about, I have been a full-time creator in the past where the content itself was the main focus. And you really have to have such tunnel vision. I'd find it so tricky. Let me know what your thoughts are on that. So according to the 2026 Creator Economy M&A report by Quartermath Advisors, a record 81 M&A deals were completed in the space last year, marking a 17.4% year-over-year increase in transaction volume. The result is a new narrative unfolding in real time, the creator economy as an emerging asset class. So here's what the numbers say about the creator economy. Let's start with the deal size. So again, this is talking about my hunch. It's about your IP as a creator, your assets as a creator, all the value that you're putting out there. You know, I've said this so many times about, this isn't us just publishing content for views and clicks and subscribers. This is your body of work and it has value. So really appreciate all the effort that you're putting in. So in 2025, we saw a clear shift in the average transaction size with landmark acquisitions like Bending Spoons, $1.38 billion acquisition of Vimeo, Later's $250 million purchase of affiliate commerce platform Mavely, and Publicis Group's $175 million acquisition of Captivate. Of course, I mean, they're talking about platforms, etc. I was talking about our content creator IP. These are serious strategic bets, major corporations acquiring creator economy platforms to either expand their core business or future-proof their reach with younger digital native audiences. Notably, North America dominated the landscape, accounting for over 70% of all deals. Europe trailed at a distant second, while cross-border transactions declined overall from 36.2% in 2024 to 27.2% in 2025, highlighting an increased emphasis on regional scale and operational proximity. What's being bought and why? Quartermaster's breakdown of target companies reveals a fascinating pattern. Software companies accounted for 25.9% of all acquisitions, the largest segment by far. Agencies followed at 21%, with media companies 16% and talent management firms 13.6%, also seeing consistent interest year over year. Why software? Because the creator economy is increasingly being built on infrastructure, platforms that power content production, monetization, analytics, and affiliate sales. Look no further than Latter's $250 million acquisition of Mavely, a platform that enables everyday influencers to monetize content through affiliate links. Unagi. The deal delivered a new skin, Mavely's prior owner, a 5x return over 3 years, and positioned later as a formidable player in creator driven performance marketing. In the case of Publicis Group, its $175 million acquisition of Captive 8, a leading influencer marketing SaaS platform, was about creating a vertically integrated, measurable engine for unified creator marketing. Captive 8's 15 million plus creator network paired with Epsilon's core ID platform now powers Publicis's ability to link creator strategy directly to sales outcomes. Interesting. And of course, Bending Spoon's $1.38 billion acquisition of Vimeo marked a turning point. The public to private transition of a legacy video platform by a European software conglomerate signals how central video infrastructure and audience ownership have become to tech strategy in the creator era. So what it means for investors. Any light bulbs going off yet? Let me know in the comments. And if you haven't already subscribed, please do. So what it means for investors, the investment thesis is getting clearer with each deal. Recurring revenue models, audience ownership and commerce capabilities, full stack service platforms. According to the report, valuation multiples in the space range from 5.3x to 9.2x, a bit for agencies. Okay, lots of financial jargon. I'm trying to simplify this. These numbers are aligned with, and in some cases exceeding, traditional SaaS and media benchmarks. More importantly, these deals reflect investor belief in category durability. The old debate, is the creator economy real, has been replaced by a more strategic one. Which assets in the creator economy are best positioned for long-term value creation? An investor's perspective, as someone actively investing in the creator economy, this is the author Ian Shepherd. I've watched the evolution from experimentation to operational excellence unfold in real time. What excites me most is how quickly the category has professionalized. We are seeing creator founded brands with strong P&Ls, software tools generating real ARR, and infrastructure businesses building the rails that underpin the entire ecosystem. But perhaps the most valuable and often underestimated asset in this space is creator owned IP. When creators retain ownership over their content, characters, formats, or communities, they are building equity. Cha-ching is what I was saying. We are entering an era where a single YouTube channel, podcast franchise, or newsletter with loyal distribution can be monetized through advertising, affiliate commerce, physical products, licensing, even studio deals. In M&A conversations, owned IP is what turns a deal from a talent acquisition into a strategic one. Do the happy dance. Creator IP, when combined with business discipline and distribution, is one of the most powerful drivers of long term enterprise value in this category. So interesting. Let me know your thoughts. Trying to get rid of some ads before we get into the next story. Unfortunately, there will be lots of ads popping up. So let's get to this one. So this is actually, is it MSN? Let's see. Fortune, the creator economy may be bigger than we think, and taxing side hustles will be a growing issue as an OnlyFans sin tax is debated. What? Let's go. So, fiscal authorities and statisticians have long underestimated different types of economic activity, and side hustles are no different. No, they're not. Can't call this a side hustle anymore, folks. Uh, right. So, according to Paul Donovan, chief economist at UBS Global Wealth Management, so it's official. In a Financial Times op ed late last month, he pointed to a major milestone in the creator economy. An analysis from WPP Media, why did I add an extra P, indicated that creator generated content which would fetch the same share of global and ad revenue as the radio and newspaper industries would in 2025. Advertising revenues are not flowing to traditional platforms, Donovan wrote. To get a message across in the modern world, you need to find a 15-year-old with a smartphone and a nice set of dance moves. While some influencers can make a living solely from their online content, most creators are more likely earning supplementary income, he said. But a wider pool can tap into this business. For example, more musicians can now make money by putting out their music on streaming services, which bypass record labels that historically acted as gatekeepers. Yes, but then you've got the streaming issues, which is a whole other conversation. But okay, in theory, online marketplaces abound, allowing anyone who thinks they have something to sell to find a customer without any of the expense of having to rent a physical shop. Fair enough. But the economic impact is tricky to measure. A social media influencer isn't an occupation tracked in labour force surveys, he added. Well, for now. In fact, there's been a tendency to underreport growth due in part to such failures at measuring certain economic output. In the case of the creator economy, the predominance of e commerce means side hustlers enjoy a huge potential market and minimal fixed costs. But data gatherers that follow large stores more than small online sellers lowball total consumer spending. The side hustle has economic value, but the work is rarely recognized, Donovan said. Make a fist at the camera. On the flip side, measuring the amount of hours a creator spends on labor may be even trickier than tracking their sales, he noted. That could skew productivity data. Another issue is how to tax side hustle revenue, which is a growing problem for many fiscal authorities because the effort required to tax every small business can cost more than the revenue generated. Sole proprietorships can often claim tax exemptions for some of their income. But as with the rethinking of small package tariff exemptions, fiscal authorities might have to reassess the tax free allowances of the side hustle, he warned. The issue has actually come up recently in Florida, where a Republican candidate for governor has proposed a 50% sin tax on OnlyFans creators to fight cultural degeneracy and discourage young women from selling nude photos of themselves. That drew the ire of content creator Sophie Rain, who told People magazine it was the dumbest thing I've ever heard of. No one ever forced me to start an OnlyFans. It was my decision, she said. So I don't need a 31-year-old man telling me I can't sell my body online, she said. I'm a Christian. God knows what I'm doing. And I know he's happy with me. That's the only validation I need. We all have our own explanations and our own logic for things. So you do you, right? So next story is from Globe Newswire. Artificial Intelligence in Creator Economy Global Market Report 2025. Growth driven by adoption of AI tools, personalized content demand, influencer-led brand collabs, and investment in monetization. This is going to be fun. Have you checked out my long stream where I went through an academic paper about AI and AI bots? Gossiping. It's so interesting, such an interesting listen. It was an interesting read for me. So I'd love it if you checked that out. So let's get to this story. Any thoughts on the previous story? That point about Labour not being able to fully appreciate the amount of time that goes into this thing. Okay, so this story, the AI in creator economy market offers opportunities in influencer collaborations, audience engagement analytics, generative AI content production, and creator monetization. Monetization platforms. Growth is driven by rising internet penetration, demand for personalized content, and investment in AI driven solutions. So here's artificial intelligence and creator economy market. You can see from this graph, you've got in 2025 4.35 billion, and in 2029 estimated 12.85 billion. So artificial intelligence in the creator economy market. Stay out. So this is Dublin, January 7th, the artificial intelligence in creator economy global market report. The graph again. So the artificial intelligence in the creator economy market has experienced exponential growth and is projected to continue this trajectory. Valued at $3.31 billion in 2024, it is estimated or expected to reach 4.35 billion by 2025 at a compound annual growth rate of, that's a CAGR, of 31.4%. This surge is largely fueled by the increasing adoption of AI tools by individual creators, the demand for personalized content, an uptick in influencer led brand collaborations, and elevated audience engagement analytics. There's also a significant rise in investments towards greater monetization solutions. Looking ahead, the market size is anticipated to balloon to 12.85 billion by 2029, maintaining a CAGR of 31.1%. Drivers for this growth include the integration of generative AI in content creation, automated marketing solutions, and a shift toward AI driven audience insights. The rise of cloud based creative platforms also underpins this expansion. Key trends involve technological advances in generative AI models and content personalization algorithms, transformative developments in real time audience engagement tools, and innovative monetization frameworks. Internet penetration is a critical factor bolstering growth in the AI driven creator economy. With over 5.5 billion people connected via the internet in 2024, the potential for AI enhanced creator tools to access data and craft more personalized content has never been greater. By the way, anyone here with a faceless channel, I'm really curious. According to the International Telecommunication Union, this represented 68% of the global population, marking an increase from the previous year. Enhanced internet access supports AI's role in the creator economy by delivering broader data sets for analyzing audience preferences. Top companies are dedicating efforts to developing cutting edge generative AI platforms to boost content generation and streamline creative workflows. Notably, Adobe has made significant strides with the launch of Firefly. Who uses it? Designed to conquer challenges in content creation and digital design. Moreover, in November 2023, Adobe expanded its capabilities by acquiring Rephrase AI, promising enhancements in video editing and the rollout of AI based video creation tools through Creative Cloud. The story continues, but I don't want you here longer than 20 minutes because that would just be criminal, wouldn't it, Serena? And it's just me now. No more screen. So, what are your thoughts? We went through 3 stories, giving you a snapshot of how content creators are valued, the amount of investment going into the creator economy, what the valuation is of the creator economy, also the injection of AI and how people foresee AI to basically be a fundamentally significant part of the content creation journey. I'm really curious to get your thoughts. I have spoken many times about not relying too heavily on AI and protecting your cognitive powers. And I see now that AI does make the content creation workflow in some cases easier so that you can focus on what you need to focus on. But for one, would miss the analog or the DIY side of things. It just feels like I'm shortchanging myself of the holistic experience of content creation, not editing myself. I mean, I do rather simple edits, but working on creative projects and spending additional time iterating the edits on those projects, I would feel like I was missing out if I was to outsource everything to AI. But as always, I welcome your thoughts. These aren't absolute ideas. We are always evolving and we evolve together over here. So thank you so much for tuning in. Remember, there's a playlist dedicated to each area that I cover on this channel. You can also check out my other commentary channel, my media and politics commentary channel. I have a personal one as well. Many ways that you can get in touch. It's been wonderful to have your ear, and catch me in the next one.